Pisces. Happy Halloween week. I'm so excited. I have my little witchy hat on today. So we are in full celebration of Samhain. So a little bit of energy around this time is Samhain is the witch's new year. So this is really about sinking into the new cycles of the season. So this is the really like sitting with the darkness and sitting with, we are in Scorpio season, that rebirth process. So there's a level of needing to slow down and to know that you have done enough. You have done enough work. That's really been coming in pretty clearly even before I started this video. So we're going to go off of that and then kind of see where we go. So I've got my Threads of Fate deck here, but let's see what the energies, the cards have in store for us for spooky season. We have Dare to Dream. Yes. And this is total Piscean energy, and Neptune just went back into Pisces. So this is really taking the opportunity to know that you can make your dreams come true, but you got to have the energy and you have to have the alignment for that. We've got the Outlaw at the bottom of the deck. Love this. Yep. So going against the grain, doing things that are different than what everybody else is doing. That is where your treasures lie. That's where your spark of inspiration is going to come from. I have my Halloween Oracle deck here. So we are right on par with the season. Spirit, what else is going on for Pisces? Eternal love. Love is love, and it transcends physical death. Yep. So I feel a lot of us have been sinking into gratitude and sinking into the vibration of gratitude and love. And this is noticing and knowing that you are already loved. You don't have to prove yourself to be loved. You are already worthy of love. We have hearth, happiness in our hearts and in our homes. Yeah. So a lot of us have been spending more time at home, have been cultivating more sacred space for us to be able to really sink into what we have been building, what we have been cultivating, and just finding the joy in life again. And that's exactly what Pisces needs. All right, we're going to do some audacity. Spirit, what's going on? More for my Pisces. All right, we've got the Gardener and we have the Breast Pump. I'm getting a lot of Virgo energy, and I'm getting a lot of tending to the things that are not just work. It is like really turning into the self and noticing my relationships are being watered. My home is being watered. Like we've been so focusing on the laying the foundation, and now we're starting to enjoy the things that we have built. And this is such an amazing, great space to be. And a lot of us witches love this time of year. We're sinking into the comforts. We're sinking into watching the leaves fall and the seasons change. Here in the South, we are very appreciative of lower temperatures. So it's just finding the gratitude in the little things. And I love it. I'm so here for it. All right, Spirit, Tarot, what else do we have here? Angels, ancestors, goddesses. What else is going on for my Pisces gang? All right. Can I get two more, please? Two more. All right. I've got my Nightmare Before Christmas deck. Whoop, one fell on the floor. What is it? What do we have? 8 of Presents. Cool. Excuse me. All right. So we have the 10 of Needles, the 9 of Presents, and the 8 of Presents. Cool. Okay. So with this, I feel like you are coming out of collaborating with people or collaborating with energies that are not necessarily in your value or your vibration. I feel like the 10 of Needles, it is the ending to a painful cycle of the overthinking, the overcompensation, and I'm hearing fitting in boxes that you were not meant to be in. You're meant to be free flowing and expand and to have so much mutability. Pisces and water, they absorb their environment. So with the 9 of Presents and the 8 of Presents, this is doing your own thing. This is investing in what it is that you're growing. And the Nine of Presents in particular, this is the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. This is really investing in yourself, investing in your vision. This can be a little bit more of that single energy, but you are also, I feel, collaborating, or you are working with others to fuel into this business or this just self-development in general. I think that a lot of us Pisceans are sinking into our spiritual gifts a lot more, and we're beginning to realize that we need to fuel that into a non-traditional platform or a some sort of healing business. I really think that by releasing the past hurts, the past pains, the overthinking, this past new moon in Libra was very soft and it was very opening. And I think that we're doing things that we haven't done before. And that is amazing. That is, you're taking the risk into the unknown, and you are being seen, and you are taking the chance to dream. This dare to dream, this is really like, and with the outlaw, it is going against the grain. And I feel like Pisces are finally allowing themselves to open up and to step into this higher octave of life that you have been being called to step into. And then we have the Fool. Yeah, this is like new energy. This is doing something new, doing something where you are self-guided. And by self, I also mean your guides, your spirit. So we have Jack and we have Zero here. And Zero is a ghost and Jack is a skeleton. So, using your gifts, using your ancestors, using your pets who may have passed in spirit to help guide you and to help tap into this love that you're feeling. I don't know about you guys, but I have really started to sink more into my heart space the more that I'm able to sit and be quiet and to really sink into the joys of my life. I'm thankful for, a warm bed, and it's really coming back down to basics too. And I think a lot of Pisceans are wanting a simpler life where your experiences, we've got the Four of Swords, where your experiences are more valuable than the things that you have, or the things that, like that keeping up with the Joneses mentality. We have the Four of Needles, and I feel like this time frame is really going to be used to sink into the subconscious, to really sink into what it is that you're, what you are being, what you are being born again as. That is what's happening. We've got the Ace of Potions at the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, and with this, you can see this butterfly of transformation. And this is really about like going down into the deeps, the depths. And I'm really seeing this bottle where you have been contained. But when you release the cork, if you remember this scene from the movie, Jack uncorks it, and then, Sally's beautiful magic comes out, and it's just this beautiful, radiant butterfly. And he looks down from his tower and sees that she's gone. So there's something about being free, spreading your wings and soaring, and knowing that you have the skills. You don't have to do anything more. What you have implemented and what you are nurturing, allow the investment that you have had to grow. And I'm guilty of it. I'm a Pisces sun. I feel like I'm now finally starting to know that all the skills that I have cultivated from years, even months, it has been opening up a groundwork and a framework for me to really now tap into a higher way of providing service and providing value to people. And I think that that's really what's happening here with many Pisceans. And we've got the 8 of Potions in reversed here with the 4 of Potions. So this is telling me that there is a cycle within the heart space that is needing to be looked at again. This could be some resistance and resentments, and this can be a situation where you felt betrayed or abandoned, and now it is looking at it with a more loving lens and a compassionate lens, and accepting that everybody, whoever was involved in the situation, was doing what they thought was right for them, but that doesn't mean that it has to be right for you. But you don't have to continue to let that betrayal or that hurt consume your heart space. You're really revisiting it, and you're revisiting why this had to happen. I really feel like this was a big karmic lesson that Pisceans needed to go through in order to grow into this more autonomous and sovereign version of themselves. We had the 7 of Pentacles. So perhaps this is looking at something where possibly a partnership in business didn't work out, or you're feeling, kind of apathetic about why it didn't work out. But I feel like you are learning the lesson of there are so many people who want to see you succeed and who want to support you. The more, oh, this is beautiful. Oh my God. The more that you invest in this, in your healing, God, man, what are you working on? Please put it in the comments. Type in what it is that you're working on, what it is that you're claiming, and what it is that you are accepting in this new cycle. And please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And we've got the 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and we have the 4 of Wands here. So I feel like you are really getting over a cycle, and you are celebrating how far you have come, and you're celebrating the amount of courage and dedication that you have put into something, including your healing, because you are doing the hard work. Saturn in Pisces is no joke. And I think a lot of people look at Pisceans and are like, yeah, they're crybabies. Yeah, they're so whimsical, but they're not grounded. We have been learning to ground. We have been learning to really make the things that light us up and to bring it down into the 3D. That is Piscean magic right there. That is what we are coming to be an example for others of, because there's a lot of people who are wanting to see you thrive with this 4 of Wands here. They want to see you succeed. They see what it is that you're doing. They see what it is that you have been working towards or working so hard on. And you've got so many people who want to fill into this cup, but you have to let them. And I don't think that you're going to be doing this alone. I think that you possibly have felt alone in the past, but now I see nothing but, we got the 4 of Candles underneath the Ace of Cups. Like, what in the world? I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, to be honest. Because you have done the hard karmic work of the past, of the heart space being wounded, now you are moving into a more restful cycle that is going to help you to get more of the downloads, to be able to learn more of the skills, to invest in yourself in this point of your life. And you have broken the chains to be able to be set free. And you can be your magical fucking self, which is amazing. Like, I can't. I'm so excited. All right, Spirit, what is coming for Pisces in this next cycle? What is new beginnings, man? Yep. This is also could be about moving. This is switching up your environment. This is actually taking the step into the unknown. And this is also about releasing old ways that you have been living. And Pisces are very open to new beginnings. We're mutable water. And we are one of the most patience and planning. Yeah, that's this investment energy. And I'm getting like, you keep wanting to pinch yourself that, wow, this has been in my brain for so long and it felt like it was outside of me. And now look at all this work that I have been doing. Like, look at how magical I am. You're pulling it down and you're building these pillars. And pillars are portals. You are building this golden, beautiful space that you can look back and say, yeah, I fucking did the work. That's why. It is Saturn in Pisces. Because no matter how much we want to resist Capricorn energy, because Capricorn is very structured and rigid, sometimes we need that, you know? When we have a goal, and Pisceans know how to wield the magic. They know how to wield energy. And this is moving away from the conflict and the defeat. And this is really rewiring your neural pathways to say, what is this teaching me? Instead of reacting, this is about really looking at things from an objective point of view and saying, yeah, that actually, yeah, that betrayal fucking hurt, but now look at where it is that I'm going. Look at this new beginning that is starting to manifest for me. And we have solitude. Yeah. So hermit energy, it is sinking into the heart space. It is quieting your environment to allow you to sink into this space more and to operate more from this space. So this is beautiful. I am super excited and I am very, very happy. Let me get you some tea leaf. Spirit, what else is going on for Pisces? Throne, position of authority. Yep, that's taking charge of your own life. That is that Nine of Pentacles energy, and very Queen of Pentacles too, fused with the Queen of Cups. And now I think we're working on Queen of Wands and Empress. We've got the High Priestess down. That is innate within us. But now it is learning the lessons of the Empress, of sitting still and knowing that what it is that you desire and you want for your highest good and the highest good of others will come. There's no doubt about that. And the more that we move our mind frame to, yes, this is going to come. It may not come tomorrow, but it will come. Having a solution-based and a positive mindset moving forward is really what is going to help propel us. And then we have the rat, someone working against you behind your back. I feel like this was the lesson that Pisceans needed to learn. I think that this was, we tend to put our rose-colored glasses on for people and situations. We try to see the best in everything, but we had to learn that we cannot trust. It is to trust ourselves when we are seeing red flags and to not justify others' behavior to keep the peace. That is the biggest lesson that I think Saturn and Capricorn has shown us. And then we have August. So this could have happened in August, possibly this year, last year. But this is really about like the shifting of seasons. Spirit, what else? Sun, happiness and well-being. Yeah, so this is your focus. This is what you're focusing on. If it's not adding value to my life, then it doesn't need to be here. We've got family wishes coming true. Yeah, so this is just being in a state of well-being, of moving in the direction of your happiness and knowing that You can have more happiness if you let yourself have happiness. All right, Spirit, what advice do we have? What advice is here? Ask for help. Yep, this is a big lesson. Learning lessons around independence, but also inner dependence. So trusting that you're not a burden for asking for help. People want to help you. They really do. And when you allow yourself to allow others to help you that you trust and that you can have an open discussion about, you will see the fruits come. You will see your harvest times 10, because I feel like you're going to be meeting people who are going to be collaborating with you, and they may have knowledge that you don't, and vice versa, and you can work together towards a common goal. Yeah, this is about worth. Knowing that you're worthy of your dreams, of everything that you want, and knowing that if you allow yourself to take the action steps to implement what it is that you are learning in the 3D, looking at it as, I have this dream, how am I going to bring it down in the 3D? How am I going to manifest this? And it says you're being asked to honor your worth. It can be so easy to feel that we aren't good enough or worthy of happiness. This simply isn't the case. You are worthy and you have inherent value. It's time to cherish yourself and see your true worth. I think that was the lesson that we were learning, and that we have learned, and we will continue to integrate and learn along the way. Lighten up. Yep. So this is having more of that lighthearted energy, having more of that play and that restorative energy. Like, go on vacation if you can, go and take a walk and do more of the things that make you happy. This is our happiness season and we deserve it. And then we've got expand. Yep. Expanding past limitations. And this is knowing that you're so much more than this bottle. You're so much more than the confines of other people's ideals or other environments that don't see or value your magic. And you're moving, you're flying to those things that do. So I love you, Pisces. Thank you so, so much for being here. And the channel is growing, so thank you for 200 subscribers. I really hope that these messages are resonating. If they are, again, please like, share, subscribe. But happy Samhain, and I will see you guys next time.